In today's episode, I have the most incredible, amazing, inspiring story for you. It is of a young man I met named Jonathan at Hack Your Health, and his story is incredible. He came from Norway to go to this event, and he got run over by a car minutes before the event started.
He came to America from Norway and immediately got hit by a car, run over.
By a vegan.
Probably a vegan. And an ordinary man would be paralyzed in the hospital right now, but because he's carnivore, he popped right up with a smile on his face.
That is a crazy story on its own, but that isn't even the interesting story. His real interesting story is how he found carnivore and what it did for his life.
Yeah, I was going to sleep, right, every day, like, just hoping I wouldn't wake up. That's the reality of it.
It's absolutely incredible. You want to watch every minute of this episode to the very end. Let's get started.
Yeah, tell us about your head injury first, because that's really interesting.
Yeah, and here,
Welcome to
I
America.
got scratched up here on my lips and everything. That's my welcome to America. I flew over from Norway just to come here, see all my friends, meet everyone, helping Kilt at his booth and stuff. And basically the day before the event, I was on my way to the convention center to help set up the booth, and 5 minutes away from here, I'm walking on a crosswalk and a car just comes swinging at my side. I hit my head on the ground and I get scratched up at my lips and head and all, and then I end up in the hospital.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, right. Great impression.
Oh my goodness. You literally got hit by a car while you were on foot. So you go to the hospital, what happens?
I mean, they get me on like a, what's it called, like a hospital bed thing.
Stretcher,
Yeah, stretcher. They get me in, and then they scan me, and they say everything's fine. And then they're like getting obsessed about specific blood markers or whatever, and they just kept me there forever. It's pretty funny, because they took my blood sugar and my ketones, and they were worried about those things. So they started trying to push me into drinking orange juice, and then when I turned it down, they were like, what about candy? And then I said, no, what about peanut butter?
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty funny.
So, welcome to America, Jonathan. You get hit by
you.
a car and then you get poisoned by the hospital system.
Yeah, great start. Well, I definitely won't forget it, so
You are okay now.
I think so.
We think
Is
so.
this a dream? I don't know.
It says, am I here? All right, okay, so what led you to a carnivore diet? And how long have you been doing carnivore?
So I've been doing carnivore for a little over 2 years now, and basically for me it was in 2023. Before that, I mean, I'd been like always the shy kid in class, right? I didn't have any confidence. I struggled a lot, and then I ended up becoming like the fat kid as well, right? I became pretty big and all that. It just kept getting worse. I mean, you have ups and downs in life, but in general, everything just got worse and worse. And I just thought that was me, right? That was my life. I was just gonna have to live with it forever. And then I kept getting older, get even not just bigger in height, but this way too, and width. So I got really, I was really depressed. Had a lot of anxiety. Didn't really have much friends or anything. Really struggled. With my focus, everything. My skin was really bad. And then in 2023, at some point, I decided I wanted to try to lose some weight. Because I thought, I mean, at that point, I was like, oh, if I just get the six-pack, right, then everything's going to be fixed. Which is unfortunate. A lot of people find themselves ending up in that kind of thing. So I fell into the whole calorie counting thing. So, and I was actually staying away from processed foods. I was just eating whole foods, like a lot of vegetables, because I mean, they're just low calorie. You can fill your stomach up, get a lot of volume extended up. I mean, my idea of being full was having gut pain, being constipated, all that, bloated. I was eating lean protein, right? Fruit, that kind of stuff, like low fat, like the balanced diet, whatever you want to call it, and calorie counting, because I wanted to get in shape. And in the short term, I felt better. I did, yeah, but actually after a while I started getting even worse than I was before. Like the depression got even worse. It was like it got so bad I was really like I don't know if I didn't end up on carnivore eventually, I don't think I would still be here. That's like actually the reality of it. I was like actually I'm kind of feeling it but yeah, I was going to sleep, right, every day, like, just hoping I wouldn't wake up. That's the reality of it. And I was thinking every day of, like, how I would get out of here, you know, trying to use words that, like, some algorithms don't like those, but you get the point. So yeah, that stuff got really bad, and it was like I was walking around having like hallucinations during the day. Like I guess symptoms you would kind of connect to being schizophrenic. I mean, I don't have a diagnosis for it, but like those kind of symptoms. Really high anxiety. I was isolating myself. I even started cutting out a lot of people from my life. Yeah, my gut issues were so bad. I sat on the toilet, like I bonded with the toilet like more than people at this point, right? And there was like a joke in my family that we can't do things spontaneously because we're gonna have to wait for Jonathan for hours to get done in the toilet and stuff. But yeah, so all of that stuff. I had even like sleep paralysis, where you like. For those who don't know who that is, it's basically you wake up in your bed from sleeping and you're like completely locked to your bed. You can't move. And for me, it's like I saw dark figures coming over me as well. I felt like they were after me and that kind of stuff. Yeah, a lot of things were wrong. I don't even remember the whole list of issues I had. But yeah, it started turning for the better since obviously I'm here. Until I got hit by a car, but that's that's just fun at this point. But yeah, it started turning for the better, and my like kind of rock bottom moment, I guess, my turning point was one day when I just got the worst, absolute worst IBS attack I've ever had in my entire life. It was so horrible, like so bloated. I looked like a pregnant woman, and yeah, I tried to even like force myself, like putting my hand into my mouth, force myself to like puke it up and all that, but nothing helped. I was like awake for like 2-3 days straight or something like that. I don't even remember really. I'm trying to like just think back what really happened. It was completely awful, but that's also like the moment for me where I just realized that I can't keep living the way I am right now.
Quick interruption. If you're enjoying today's story and you need help on your journey to healing like Jonathan found in today's story, we have an amazing community we've put together. It's called healinghumanity.life. And right now, using the link in the description below, you can get 50% off. We are a community to help you on a path to healing. We have doctors, experts, individuals. It's like Facebook, but for eating a proper human diet. We do about 12 Zoom calls per week. We've had Dr. Georgia Eid on, we've had Dr. Sean Baker on, we've had Professor Thomas Seyfried on. We do a Q&A every Tuesday with the amazing Coach Lisa. We do Inspire Together on Thursday. We have Breaking Addictions calls. It is the ultimate community to help you on a path to healing. Link in the description below. Limited time offer, get 50% off. Now let's hear the rest of Jonathan's story.
And I need to make a change, right? Because even though I always struggle with like the depression and all that, I think I always had this feeling in the back of my head that I want to know what it's like to feel happy. Like I want to know, I want to live, if that makes sense. Yeah. But I just didn't know what that was like. I just couldn't feel it. It's not like try harder. No. It didn't. Nothing made it a difference. But yeah, so from that day, I started thinking, like, since I had this big flare-up, right? Is there something that happened this day, or like something I ate, right? that I hadn't had in a while. And I started thinking, right, and connected it back to, it has to be the apple I had. I hadn't had that in a long while, and I was like, oh, maybe it's an allergy or something. I know my mom's like allergic to apples and all that. And then I tried it a couple of days later, and all of it came back. So I started connecting the dots, right, just realizing to myself, oh, what I put into my body, it actually affects me that much, right? Just starting to, I mean, it should just be logical, but I think a lot of us are just so disconnected from like our body's signals and all. We just don't realize, and I don't know. So the messages we're being told, right? It's not, it's just how you are, whatever. It's not your diet, all those things. Just get on medications, whatever. So yeah, from then on, I started like experimenting with my diet. I just like eliminating things, reintroducing them, seeing how I felt. And keep in mind, at this point, I've never even heard of the carnivore diet. I have no clue what this thing is, because I was even staying off social media because it made my anxiety even worse. I just couldn't handle it. Even like seeing other people being happy, like posting photos, smiling with their friends, it made me angry. For some reason, that's how low I was at this point in my life. But yeah, so but what I noticed when I started eliminating things, right, was every single time I cut out a vegetable or food, I started feeling a little better, right? My digestion improved, and then consequently I started feeling my mind clearing and all that. And I mean, all of this whole period is kind of a blur to me. I mean, my mental state was completely gone. My brain was definitely not functioning properly. I mean, I looked severely malnourished at this point. I was way too thin, but I think the calorie counting thing almost turned into an obsession in its own. I guess you could call it like anorexia or something. Like I was afraid to gain even just a gram of a weight on my body. And always just thought, oh, but I could look better, could look even better, could look even better. Where was I? Where was I?
I think you were about to talk about what eventually led you to carnivore.
Oh, yes. But yeah, at this point, I've never even heard of the carnivore thing. And yeah, I was just cutting out the vegetables, cutting out the fruits and all that. Keep in mind, yeah, as I said, I was only eating whole foods before this as well. So a lot of people come at me with like, oh, it's just because you cut out the processed foods that's why carnivore works, right? No, not the case. Not here, at least. Yeah, and then yeah, that's where I was at the end of like pretty much like 2 months. That's what I'm remembering, but it's like kind of a blur, right? That's where I was. Kind of through 2 months. So like in October somewhere, 2023. I was sitting there with only my plate was probably just ground beef, some eggs, butter, and an avocado. And I was having this meal, just thought, oh, this is gonna be a great meal. I'm so happy, because I was already starting to feel a lot better, right? But not quite there yet. And then I went for a bite of this avocado, and when I tasted it on my tongue, I don't know why, but I got like this visceral, like disgusting reaction. It was like repulsive to me. It tasted like poison to me. And at this point, you know, through this entire process, I had already tried really connecting with my body and just kind of almost surrendering myself to the signals I'm getting from my body, just deciding whatever it's telling me, I need to follow it, right? I just don't get in the way, just listen to it, go with it. So what I did was the avocado, just threw it out. And I didn't eat it, spit it out, didn't eat it. And from then on, I've been eating only animal products. Or now I only eat like red meat and seafood pretty much. I don't even eat like the butter and eggs really anymore. And yeah, 3 days into being fully carnivore, I just woke up that day, just got like straight up from my bed, and it's like all these things that have plagued my life, like my entire life, it was just gone, like out of nowhere, right? 3 days into being fully carnivore, after throwing that avocado out, and I just couldn't sit still, right? I had so much energy and I was so happy. I was just walking around smiling for myself. And the first thing I did was I just got up, I walked outside and just walked for hours outside, just getting in the sun. And yeah, I just felt amazing. And I can tell you how I actually found like the carnivore diet as well, if you want. So basically, it was that same day. I just had this urge to call my parents. So I was living in the UK at the time. Now I'm living back in Norway again. But and I haven't really. I was so isolated. I wasn't even really talking to my parents even. But I called them that day, and when I talked to my mom, I was just like, so I've been experimenting with my diet lately, right? And this is what I'm eating now: just meat, eggs, butter, fish, and I don't understand what's happening. What's happening to me? Like, is this even me? I'm feeling so amazing. Like, what's going on? And she started telling me that, because she goes to Pilates, and apparently a lot of people in that community actually do this sort of thing. So she's heard of it from, or like carnivore, keto, low carb sort of thing. So she's heard about it through that, and also she's seen it on social media before. And from there on, you know, I just started looking into it. I mean, I had like the questions too. I didn't need like seeing as how I got into it, I didn't kind of need the same justification, but with all the things you hear your entire life with cholesterol, saturated fat, fiber, carbs, all that, I still had the questions, right? Can I even keep doing this? I mean, is this sustainable, whatever? And I started watching people, you know, learning more about it, all the good doctors, and everyone else sharing their experience. And yeah, I've stuck with it ever since. Now for over 2 years. That's it. Thriving, happy, and I'm not looking back. I don't see any reason why I would look back. I mean, why would I ever want to go back to the things that were hurting me? And I mean, this is the proper human diet. I know this is what I should eat for being a human, right? This is what I want to eat. I actually have, at this point, I have no desire to eat all the other stuff. I walk past, like now in the background I can see like soda and like bread and all that, sandwiches and stuff, and it doesn't even, it's almost like it doesn't register in my mind as food. It's like it's not even edible to me. It's like as yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't cross through.
You'd mentioned earlier that you just wanted to be happy. Do you feel like you're able to be happy now?
Absolutely. I don't even have to try. I just wake up happy. I go to sleep happy. Whatever, the entire day happy. I mean, yeah. And no matter what I run into, right? I stay happy, try to stay positive, even with like the crash and stuff, right? I was just laughing through the whole thing. Like, and in the ambulance already, I was like making jokes to the people. Like,
Do you think the person that hit you was vegan?
someone else actually already also said that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they
definitely weren't carnivore.
No, probably. Yeah, they.
Do you feel like if you weren't carnivore, you wouldn't have bounced back so quickly?
Probably. I mean, it probably helps with actually being sturdy enough, if that's the correct word. Like, my body is actually, I can tolerate quite a bit. My skull's probably, can probably take quite a hit. I mean, I got dragged along the ground on my skull from the car crash, and I didn't even pass out from hitting the ground like that. I just got straight up and to the side and all that. I mean, I was bleeding and stuff, but yeah, I think carnivore definitely helps.
Have
Have you inspired anyone else to do carnivore?
That's like one of the best, great question. That's like almost one of the best things about it, like best parts about it, is just how, just you being an example, like showing other people, sharing your story, right? Just showing how you're thriving on this way of eating. I get it, sounds crazy to people. I mean, from everything you've been told, I mean, just eating meat, what's that? Can you, like, it sounds crazy, I get that. But yeah, just from like showing others, like just smiling, having fun all the time, being in great health, not needing,
Laughing while you get hit by a car?
yeah, laughing while I get hit by a car, just making jokes. I asked someone like, so should I expect getting hit every day, or how?
It's normal.
How is
You're
it? Is it normal?
You're in America now.
Yeah, I got my vacation started with some action. That's a good way to start, right?
Good story.
But yeah, just like showing people, through being an example myself. It's actually now my dad actually started 16 weeks ago. I think it is 16, 17. He's looking a lot better. He's a type 1 diabetic using like less than half the insulin he used to. His psoriasis went away. His
Was there a
joint
moment with your dad where he like was talking to you and telling you like something's different here?
Oh yes, that's so fun. So 3 weeks into him being on carnivore, he just called me in the middle of the day or something, and he was like, "Jonathan, what the is happening to me?" Because he was feeling so amazing. Like he couldn't believe like this feeling, and he just told me like, this is the feeling, because he's been on a lot of different diets. He's even done keto. He's done a lot of different stuff. And he just told me, this is the feeling I've been chasing my entire life. And it's been so simple. This is what I needed, right? That was all. And he's sticking with it. That's what he's saying. He's also, like, he also just says, I don't even get why I used to eat that stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah. And also, I started sharing my story and stuff, and just helping others on social media and stuff. And someone reached out to me seeing my story, and I helped like coach them through it. And 11 days into like me helping them with carnivore, they used to be like completely isolated. They didn't even leave their house. They were really depressed, anxious and stuff. 11 days into this, I got like a very like, she was crying in the voice message, and she was just telling me, Jonathan, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm just grateful. I'm just feeling grateful. Like, I just have that feeling all the time, and I finally feel alive. I thought I would remain like feeling dead forever, is what she said, but now I feel alive. And then she started socializing with people, just finding random people hiking with and stuff, and just completely turned her life around. It's amazing. I really love it. It's one of the best parts about this, because for me, it's just routine now living this way. And I mean, it's completely changed, turned my life around. Just I got my life back, but now I want to turn all that and give it back to others, right? Help others feel what I've felt, see the truth, and just know that you actually don't have to stay stuck in that sort of state, right? You think like, this is just me, I'm gonna be like this forever, but you really don't have to be like that, right? It shouldn't be like that. That's not what a proper human should be. If you're eating the proper human diet, you'll be feeling great, right? It shouldn't be like that, and it doesn't have to be like that.
You kind of answered this a little bit, but I just wanted to ask clearly. You were hopeless at one point. There's a lot of hopeless people in the world right now. What advice would you give to someone watching this who's hopeless?
Oh, wow. That's a big question. To someone who's hopeless. Yeah, it's difficult to say, to like know what to say, knowing like from knowing what it's like myself, because it's like, you're like, no matter what someone says, it's like, but just, I don't know. I guess my biggest advice is actually just go listen to people's stories, I think that's the most important part. You can go on YouTube, whatever, and just hear people's stories. You'll hear time and time and time again, like the same kind of story as I just told you. Like, I was so depressed and I just did this crazy meat diet and it's gone, right? What, who would have known? So I would say that's probably, just know that you can actually get out of that dark hole, right? There is actually a way out. It might sound cliche, but it's true. Just listen to me. Others, you don't have to listen to me, but I mean all the others as well. Just go listen to the stories. It's so amazing what people have healed with eating this way. It's completely life-changing, and to me at this point, I mean, it's obvious why it works, because it's what we're supposed to eat, of course. It's like if you give animals like the same garbage food that humans are eating, they also get the same diseases, right?
Amazing. Jonathan, you got a great story. Thank you so much for sharing it. Where can people find you and follow you and learn more?
Yeah, thank you so much, first of all, Kerry, for the opportunity to tell my story. I'm really grateful for it. Yeah, it means a lot to me. And if anyone wants to get in contact with me, just I'm on pretty much all the social media platforms, and I go by Ancestral Clarity. That's my handle on there. Yeah.
I love it. I'll have a link in the description below. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Thank you so much, Gary.